All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5 and hope you guys are doing well. I got the green screen out behind me because I was recording the PUBG 2024 roadmap video. So I figured, why not? Let's make another video about the patch update 28.2 and the 7th anniversary of PUBG, which is actually taking place on March 23rd. But you can see what PUBG is bringing into the game. They do this a lot with events. They decorate some of the maps and do this on Erangel, usually at the school. And this is a preview of what we'll be seeing. There's going to be some throwable cupcakes, which I'm guessing will be like a frag, and some presents and some other thing around the map. And then we're also seeing a preview for the SMGs, which PUBG is going to be testing a new SMG Balance, which we're going to explain how they're testing that on the live server. So I want to make this a quick video for you guys, not take up too much of your time. The update is going to be going live on PC tomorrow on March 13th, and then on console March 21st. So just so you guys know, we got to wait a little bit on console, but that's as per usual. So the biggest thing about this update, which we're going to get right into, is the recall system, where you can recall players back in the blue chip system. This is being added to all the 8x8 maps. The last two maps that didn't have it were Vikendi and Tego, which both had comeback. So unfortunately, depending on how you feel about it, those maps are losing the comeback BR completely, and then they're being added in with the recall system. So now the recall blue chip system will be on all of the 8x8 maps, which there's 6 of them: Erangel, Miramar, Vikendi, Tego, Destin, Rondo. And all the other maps, now the small maps, will not have a comeback system. I feel like PUBG could have gotten away with adding this on Sanhok because it kind of plays like a bigger map. They could have done even like a variation of it or less recall stations. But for now, this is what they're doing. PUBG's kind of put a bigger emphasis on the big maps again lately, and I think this is fine. And at the end of the day, that's like the hardcore PUBG experience, and I think more of like what's in the map rotation now. It's 6 out of the 10 maps, and Haven's not even in there anymore, so really like 6 out of 9. So to me, it makes sense. I think overall, 7 years into the game, that recall system is really helpful. And, I'm sure you guys have experienced it. I don't need to elaborate on it. It just is what it is. Provides more fun, chance to come back, more people to shoot at, more action. Overall, I think it's a really good thing. So that's very cool. Scrolling down, PUBG is removing the utility belt. I know some people who are very particular about this kind of stuff care about it, but this is a kind of non-essential item. So they're removing it. And if you paid for it, they'll be giving you some compensation back, whether BP or Gcoin. If you didn't know, the utility belt is, the item on the side of your body that if you just casually play, you might not pay attention to it, but it actually did have a capacity stat. So if you dropped it, you could actually hold less stuff. So you could hold more if you have it on. So now this is just being integrated into your character's basic statistics, basic stats. So you still be able to hold the same. Of course, they would do that. They wouldn't want to mess with that. But that is being removed. And I'm not sure the reasoning on that. I would be completely guessing. It does affect the way your character looks and stuff like that. So maybe people, or PUBG was just tired of, people are having a whole outfit on, but then the utility belt is showing and it changes the outfit, or maybe it's conflicting with something PUBG's working on, not sure, but for now it's being removed. And then a very small change here, PUBG is changing it to where when you pick up the ghillie, you won't drop your outfit. It will actually go over your outfit. So it's got its own new slot now. So the ghillie now getting a new slot, the utility belt getting its spot removed. So that is that. And then a really cool quick update is that PUBG is adding the throwables, Panzerfaust, and the mortar to the weapon mastery. The throwables or whatever, that's cool to track, and especially if you get a sticky bomb kill. But I've been wanting weapon mastery for the Panzerfaust and the mortar since this thing dropped, and I just don't understand why it took this long. You're tracking all the kills with all your stuff in the game, including the crossbow, but we're not tracking the Panzerfaust and the new mortar. Definitely didn't make sense, but as I've said a million times, PUBG, better late than never. But it's just a bummer because a lot of people who have all those kills with that, I'm guessing that stuff won't be marked, right? Because it's after the fact. So kind of a bummer there, but again, better late than never. And that stuff will be cool to track. Then I think it's important to talk about the SMG balance. So the SMGs are being, you would think nerfed, but they're being improved here. So this caused a lot of people to get upset on social media. Typical people just get upset for no reason. They haven't even tried it yet. But it is what it is. It's kind of human nature at this point. But they're increasing the damage, but here they're also decreasing the damage by distance. So it seems like they're trying to make the weapons, SMGs, bad at range, which they should be because they're low caliber weapons, or 9mm 45, but then make them stronger up close, which they should be. The issue is that SMGs are already pretty strong up close, which I think people are like, how are you even making them stronger and less recoil? But again, we're gonna have to see. And what PUBG's doing here, instead of bringing this onto the live server, they're actually going to be dropping this in the arcade mode as a test area. So you can go into the arcade on the live server, test out the rebalance, and see if it works. I'm guessing this is going to be like a TDM type version of the game with just SMGs or something like that. We'll find out tomorrow when it goes live. I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/Blitz5 and friends. And then players can get their feedback. PUBG can look at the data and go from there. So in my opinion, this is a good way to go. PUBG's gotten rid of the test server for this year. Not that many people download it. So if you want to test stuff out, you can go do it right on the live server. You already have the game downloaded, and this will be a really quick way for PUBG to find out what's going on and test things that they want to put into the game. So to me, it's a win-win, and might not ever make it into the game, so there's no reason to get upset. But I think people are just upset because it sounds crazy. But again, sometimes I think PUBG doesn't do the best job of explaining themselves, and I think this is one of those classic situations where people are just seeing the increase in damage, which one damage isn't really a make or break in improvement. And this damage by distance is probably going to make the biggest effect, right? So, and they weren't super specific about that reduced damage at a distance. So typical PUBG stuff, but at the end of the day, PUBG is usually pretty thoughtful about this stuff. People might think that PUBG and the developers are idiots, but they're not, clearly. I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, it's not easy to update and design a game like this. So they know what they're doing in some sense when, I know that even I have questioned some of the things they've done, over the time. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So there's going to be a bunch of stuff to celebrate for the anniversary. Tomorrow, there's going to be Twitch drops, I think at least for like a week or so. They'll be on my channel again, twitch.tv/Blitz5 and friends. If you guys want to get the free drops for watching, I'll be checking out the update and what's available on Erangel, recall system, SMG buff to be tested, and some of the small changes that we talked about here. So not a huge update, but PUBG did just drop the 2024 roadmap, and they announced that there's going to be some previews of stuff coming, potentially some preview of Destructible Environment coming in April, allegedly. So I think this is one of those things where they're saying here, happy anniversary. We got a lot of stuff coming in 2024, so be ready for it. And super interesting. PUBG's working on Unreal 5 and a bunch of stuff. So if you want to find out more information about that, check out the other video. And hopefully I'll see you guys over on Twitch. As always, thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.